Well, I appreciate you joining us, Ashwini Kumar Dubey, with making those valued input on the story that we are discussing, and our guests continue to be with us. Mr. Madhavan Narayanan, you were making a point over there. I had to interject for some breaking news. Mr. Narayanan, please go ahead and complete your view briefly so that I can go back to Mr. Naveen Chomal also with some legal discussion that we just had with the Supreme Court lawyer.
I think much has been already said by all the experts on the panel. That trial doesn't mean conviction, but at the same time, bail doesn't mean absence of trial. So to that extent, the case will go on. The only thing that seems to be new to me is that there might have been a fresh set of questions that needed to be asked to Ms. Chanda Kochhar, due to which an arrest took place. That has been rejected by the court. The most important thing to remember as journalists for us to remember is that this case also involves a political angle, because Mr. Venugopal Dhoot, who's been arrested and he's still in jail as far as we know without bail, his brother was a member of the Rajya Sabha for the Shiv Sena party. So in the broader political context, we should keep in mind that politically connected industrialists have their own political angles, and investigative agencies, the role of investigative agencies in turn has to be investigated by the media in such cases. And that will go on as we speak. And as you say, all institutions keep each other in check in a republic, in a democratic republic. So you have the, Supreme Court, the High Court, the judiciary on the one hand, you have investigative agencies on the other hand, and the media on the other hand. So overview will be kept in mind while we investigate these cases, but the trial will go on and probably last longer.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Narayanan, for making those valued inputs. And Mr. Naveen Chomal, like I spoke to Mr. Majid Memin over here and also Mr. Ashwini Kumar Dubey, both of them who mentioned that the bail does not mean any concession in the charges that has been slapped against the Kochhars. It's definitely a temporary relief, a brief relief over procedural lapses of not being able to conduct themselves as per the set norms under the law. But having said that, does it mean that it's going to impact the case at all, because they still stand a chance of conviction? Also, would this at all impact what Mr. Venugopal Dhoot has also been charged with? Please take us through the legal implications of it.
Samyaji, it is elementary that the grant of bail at this stage may not affect the outcome of the trial, because the investigating agencies are even otherwise collecting the evidence and building up their case. But that is within the common knowledge of all the citizens and our esteemed viewers. The crux of the matter today is a very, very worrisome factor, that how could once again in our country, the rich and the powerful people walk out of the jail so easily, so quickly, when thousands and thousands and thousands of people are languishing. They are having far better cases than Kochhars. They have got lesser gravity of the cases, but judiciary does not have time to look into their cases. But rich and powerful people, on mere asking, they are granted bail, and the procedure lapse what they are harping upon. Please appreciate they are not fatal to the prosecution case. So even if for some technical reason there has been some lapse, though I'm not admitting to anything, police have got, the CBI has got better answer for that thing, but that is not the factor for granting, the criteria for granting the bail to the accused in such a heinous crimes. Please appreciate, the society has to get the message. The justice should not only be done, but seems to be done. So this is a case where supposing a person, a clerk, steals or siphons of 50,000 rupees from his owner, employer, for the sake of his daughter's marriage, he is languishing behind bars for years together. But these people who have embezzled 3,250,000 crore rupees from the country, public money, and they are walking out of the jail so easily, so quickly. So this will set a very wrong precedent, and it will help the criminals. But the same relief, tomorrow if I go with the same grounds to the same judges for an ordinary man who is accused for, say, embezzlement of 50,000 rupees, they will throw out the case. They will not even hear my case for another 2 years. They won't have time. So this is the very worrisome factor. So I am not in agreement with the order passed by the Honorable High Court. This is a wrong order, and it is not just a wrong in the legal sense, but it is harming our judicial system also, how the fight for corruption which we are doing in the country, it is definitely hampering our fight for corruption and all these things. Because this case is not just between Chanda, Kochhar and Doots. There are got a lot of political ramifications
Yes.
also in it. We have seen Majid Memon and all this speaking and very easily absorbing the okay, bail is granted, it's a very good thing. That's not so. Because of their political lineage, they are saying so. But the reality is that we have to see when the crime started,
Absolutely.
who was in the government, and there is much more than what meets the eye. There are many people from the government, the previous dispensation, who are behind it, who are giving the protection to coaches that you go ahead, grant so much of relief
No,
to
absolutely, Mr. Chomal,
So,
you've made your point over there, and the same thing was echoed by Mr. Narayanan also, where he said that the political connotation of this entire case is not being looked into. Appreciate Mr. Madhavan Narayanan and Naveen Chomal for joining us on this debate.